Right guys, time for another RLR beer shot. For this one we'll go to Jilava, Romania, another beer from the wonderful Hop Hooligans. This one is Chonker the 4th, an 8% smoothie sour with guava, peach, raspberry and coconut added into it. And I have to say this one is quite interesting. One of the more kind of chilled out smoothie sours I've had in recent times, actually. Just very, very smooth. So the beer pours this almost like vomit-like colour when it comes out, and the head on this one, it actually looks like, it's very, very bubbly, and it looks like what you get when you put cream on top of a hot chocolate and put the kind of sprinkly chocolate on there. So yeah, quite an interesting looking beer, this one. Most of its colour coming from the fruits, of course. But yeah, aroma wise, it really just smells like one of these kind of fruity drinking yogurts. There's not much else to say about it, so let's focus on the flavour of this beer. So yeah, middle third of your palate, the backbone of the beer, fresh white bready bread crust, and then a little bit of woody character further forward. You've got a layer of Jacob's cream cracker in there, then you have a more kind of wholemeal brown bready layer in there. You get more of that into the aftertaste, the more dense white bready character sitting on top of that. Then the next layer up is the mixture of the wheat and the oats, and it's all about that kind of yogurty sort of thing, like that really kind of fruity drinking yogurt type note. Within that though, you get some vanilla flavours, you do get a little bit of coconut, and there's almost a wee bit of a kind of toffee like flavour sitting on top of that as well. So yeah, you do get that little bit of sweetness lingering there into the aftertaste, but it's lovely, I have to say. So if you go to the back third of the palate, you've got all those bready layers we were talking about, but the yogurty character is just that little bit drier. And then when you go to the yeasty side of the beer, at its core it's got that more dense wholemeal brown bready character to it, then yeah, a white bready character around the edge, and then yeah, it's that kind of sharper yogurty note that's around the very edge of the yeasty character. So it does give the beer just that little touch of acidity into the aftertaste, which is quite interesting. Now this beer apparently does have hops in it, but the fruity adjuncts in this one are of course going to suppress the hops there, but there's a teeny bit of earthiness in the back corners of the palate. As you move further forward, it's a little bit woody, and then as you reach the front corners of the tongue, bit of floral aromaticity, bit of grassiness around the front curve of the tongue. The raspberry for me is suppressing everything on the front curve of your tongue. The peach and the guava in this one are suppressing everything on the side. When it comes to the fruity side of this beer, when you take it in, it's more the guava and the peach that have the impact flavour. The guava kind of, if you go to the front third of your palate, the guava sits on top, the peach sits underneath and gives you the kind of softer side of the beer. It's almost like there's a kind of passion fruit yogurt, you know, underpinning all of these fruits, but then yeah, the raspberry and the kind of tartness of the raspberry sits on the very front tippy tongue, and that lingers there. Mouthfeel wise, this beer is kind of mid-range, full-bodied for me, very smooth, very creamy mouthfeel, very little carbonation, 5 IBUs at the absolute most. The malt base a bit drier underneath, smooth in the middle, then that big creamy character sitting on top, and then yeah, you've got all those juicy fruity notes, and the raspberry just gives you a wee touch of tartness into the aftertaste. Really interesting beer, this one, my first smoothie sour from Hop Hooligans. This is Chonker the 4th, 8% ABV, guava, peach, raspberry, coconut.